What's going on, everyone? Check it out. We got the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2014 by Bandai. Let's show you this right here. You got legendary SH Monster Arts 2014. Bunch of gobbledygook down there. Here's a little spinneroo in case those of you out there that like the looking at cardboard want to see it. There you go. Anyway, let's open it up and have a closer look. Well, now that we got them out of the box, I gotta say, first look, impressive. This thing is fantastic. Look at the size of this tail. Like, there's just a lot going on. So just to let you know, when I took him out of the box, he came in a bubble packaging. You had to pull it apart, and the tail was unattached, and then there was also a ring that goes like right here around this. So you had to fidget with that. So that kind of bummed me out a little bit, because I'm like, wait a minute. Now I got to take a chance on breaking, because there's like a million little ball joints in there, and you take it out of the box and you expect it to be, together, I guess, I suppose. But you have to fidget with it, so if you decide you're going to pick this up, or if you have it and you decide to open it, be real careful, because there's all kinds of little ball joints in here. And these, like, I've been fidgeting with this whole tail, and I can tell you, like, it comes apart real easy. Let me show you. I'll just pull it right here. Like, I was trying to bend it, and then look, see the little ball joints in there? So it's cool that you have all this stuff, but at the same time, it pops apart real easy. So when you're fidgeting with this thing and messing with it, just be real careful and take your time with it. You don't want to mess with it too much, but it does have tons of posability. But like I said, when you're moving stuff, take your time. So let's look at this guy real quick, so you can see it's got the old school classic Godzilla vibe going on with the spine stuff, and they are kind of bendy, but they're really sharp here at the tips, so be mindful of that. And just really quick, get this out of the way, because I know some of you really like size comparisons. So I thought about that, and I'm like, perfect. So here's a AA battery, so everybody knows what that is. There you go. There's Godzilla next to your AA battery, so now you know how big it is. It's actually probably about, I don't know, maybe 8 inches tall, give or take, 7.5 to 8 inches. Close enough. And it's pretty solid and hefty too, by the way. So if you're worried about shelf diving, it's kind of evenly balanced, as long as you got the tail out here. And so let's start at the bottom at his feet, and we'll take a look through that and show you all the little moving bits. It's kind of standard stuff. Like, this is nothing you haven't seen before with all these moving bits. And FiguArts is famous for this, with all the different articulation and what have you. So you can see here, it bends at the knee, lots of swivelly, spinny action going on at the hips. Just about everywhere you can think of, it has articulation. Even here at his belly, look at this. Look at this. How cool, right? Like, and this is from what, 2014, 2015, whenever this came out? I don't remember exactly. I've had this sitting on a shelf and in totes, like a lot of my other stuff. I got tons of Godzillas and other NECA and Predator and FiguArts. I even had a Ghidorah, which I'll be reviewing. I pulled that out, so I'm excited to review that. And then I'll bring this guy back in for a size comparison. And it's just, I got tons of this stuff. And it's about time I get it out of their cardboard coffins and start showing them off. So let's take a look up here. Look at all the different joints up here at his neck. So you can swivel this around. And you notice I'm taking my time. I'm not really forcing it. Look at here, perfect example of what happens. And this is why you need reviews like this. See what I was talking about? So when this came out of the box, this is perfect timing. Look at this. You couldn't ask for better timing. So there's the ring there. I don't know what else to call that. We'll just call it a ring. And it came just like this. And then when you pulled it out of the box, he's all stumpy. And then you can see the ball joint in there, which you had to kind of fiddle with. And it really doesn't move. If you look closely, it doesn't move. So I was really nervous when I pulled this out. And I went to go put it on there. And I'm like, okay, I hope it doesn't snap. Because if that snaps, there goes your figure. So I kind of worked it like this. And then it kind of barely stayed, but you got to get it lined up. And that's the one thing that disappointed me about this. Now, I don't know if it's because it's been sitting in the box for so long and I've just had it shelf warming or whatnot, but it shouldn't do this. It should be, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It should be more built better. It should be put together a little better than this. So this is the one flaw, weak spot right here. So if you get this, be mindful that maybe it's just mine. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I only have the one that I'm playing with right now for your eyeballs. And so the other thing that really impressed me though is the length of this tail. And then every single notch in there is movable all the way up to the end where you got the last little bit right about there. And that's it. So you got the one solid piece here, and then the rest of it is completely posable. And let's see, can we get them to stand on one foot? Let's see if we can get them to stand on one foot. If we spin the tail around, and look at that. So there is some good posability here. And he looks fantastic. Up close look at the noggin. Look at this thing. And of course his mouth does move up and down. You can close it, but it doesn't close all the way. And it's a very dark figure. Look at how dark this thing is. It's crazy. Like, it's hard to appreciate on camera, but if you saw this in person, you could really see the detail, because this being so dark like this, it's hard to really make it out all that well unless I kind of just scroll along in front of the camera lens, and then you can see all the finite detail they put into this. Is this worth having? Yes, absolutely. If you're a Godzilla collector, especially a hardcore collector, like I don't consider myself a hardcore collector, I'm just a casual collector. So I probably have 40 or 50 different Godzillas, along with a bunch of little gimmicky things. Stuff like this here, I have probably a handful of nice higher end type figures, bunch of NECA stuff, and a few other SH Figure Arts, Monster Arts figures, like some Burning Godzillas and such, which we'll eventually review at some point. But yeah, get this thing. I don't know what the aftermarket value is of this. It's been so long. I really don't do eBay that much anymore, but I can tell you, if you can get your hands on this, I mean, look at it. How impressive, right? And then you can just pose it like a madman. Let's just go crazy posing it. And again, for a size comparison, there you go. There's a bottle of Arizona tea. So it's a pretty good size figure. I would say in comparison to some of my other NECA versions of this, Godzilla, I have some NECA action figures. I would say it's in line with that. So it scales pretty well with those. Those might be a scooch bigger, but I guess it depends on what version of Godzilla as well. But anyway, I think it's a great figure. I think you should get it. Put it in your collection. I mean, why not, right? And it's a high quality figure, except for the tail thing, which I wasn't a fan of. But other than that, I like it, and I'll be displaying it now that I got it out of its box. It's a win to me. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. See you next time.